Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another pre-market watch list here today. What's going on, Rick? Good morning. Morning, guys. Let's see. We've got some good people in here. I'm assuming so. All right, we're starting to pick up. There it is. So we'll wait a few minutes here for some more people to join in, and then we'll get rolling on everything. Good morning, Macho. So anyways, we are going to have possibly a good trading day in our hands. I know I say that I'm always pretty optimistic, but again, like I said, we're getting into that winter season and we're starting to see things pick up, and that's ideally what we like. It's naturally summertime is going to be your harder time to make money, a little bit more challenging. It was for me for sure. These past 3 months have been much more of a breeze for me, shall I say. So again, I feel good. Yesterday ended the day up in total with commission ended up 4,500. Yeah, I think 4,500. So total was 4,700. Paid $200 in commission yesterday. Just so some of you guys know that are on here right now, I guess I'll touch on that. Sometimes I'll upload a video where it says for example, right? Yesterday the video I uploaded said I lost $850, which I did lose $850 in the morning. So, when we do our recording, we only usually record like the first 20 to 30 minutes of the day because we're not trying to send out a recording that's an hour, 2 hours long because no one's going to watch the whole thing, right? Or they'll get bored watching it. So we try to do just a quick 20, 30-minute video. If I make money in the video, fantastic. If I don't make money in the video, it is what it is. So that video is going to be titled, whatever I win or lose in that video. I'm not going to say I win 5,000 and then in the video I'm losing, 4,000 or something like that, right? So later in the day, I might upload a picture to YouTube or to our premium group or Facebook or wherever that shows that my total trading day. So some days I stop early, some days I'll keep trading if there's something going on. So some people got confused lately. They're saying like, oh, well, you lost 850, but yesterday you showed 4,500. What's going on? And it's just the video doesn't show every single trade that I had throughout the day. There you go. Should be a little bit better now, I'm assuming. Can most of you guys hear me okay? Yeah, Mary, it's got to be your mic. Most everybody else is just not your mic. Sorry, your speakers. I was gonna say. All right, cool. So let's get into it here. So I'm gonna talk about the first one. We'll get into let's go into the screen. So those are my watch lists up there at the top. NVCN, NIO, Tesla. Those are gonna be the 3 stocks I'm watching today. And then of course you guys can take a look at all the other things that are gapping up and down. At least the major ones. First kind of couple top, they're gapping up and down there. If you want to keep an eye on those. Sweet. All right, so we'll come back to this screen. We'll hang out here for another couple seconds so you guys can write down the top few, and then I'll come back to this a little bit later in the video. All right, so I moved that just a little bit there. All right, so let's start. So first one here on my watch list is going to be NVCN. All right, so if you look at the live news on NVCN, there's some news that came out this morning at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. So there's news on NVCN today, 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, that Novasac, that's how you pronounce it. Maybe Novasac. Anyways, they were granted a breakthrough device designation from the FDA. So having to do with some FDA news. FDA news usually kind of creates a little bit of buzz, a little bit of hype. So anyways, the stock's picking up from 240 up to 474. So it's already up really, really big this morning. It's got to be up over 100% then, right? It's at 274. Yeah, today stock's up. Okay, close. 90%. Well, actually, I did that wrong. It's up from yesterday, right there, the low. It's about 96, 97% from yesterday. So it's already up really big. So definitely going to be watching it today. Ideally, what I'd like to see is I want to see it, push up and then pull back out of the gates, and then hopefully you have a red to green move. So I wouldn't be buying this right out of the gates. I would wait a little bit, see what it does, see how it reacts. Hopefully sets up for a pattern to go up. What I would do is mark off each of these kind of these pops, these previous high a day levels from pre-market, and draw your support lines straight across. That's going to give you kind of an idea as far as where it could stop. There's multiple of them actually. I just didn't want to create the chart super put a bunch of lines in it, but like each one of these levels I'm putting on, you should be putting on. Right? Those are all potential spots where if it drops, it could bounce here, could bounce there, could bounce there, possibly even there. Those are kind of all the levels that I would watch for today. And then, of course, you also have your pre-market high level right now. That's where the pre-market high breakout would be. So just going to be watching that. If you go back to like a 180-day chart, it's really hard to get a good reading on where resistance might be. So you're going to have to zoom in a little bit. We have long-term resistance all the way at 8, some resistance up towards 5. So you're just going to have to take a little bit of time to go back on like a 180-day chart just to get your resistance levels marked off, right? So we definitely have a resistance coming up at 484. That's kind of the key one that I see that's most recent. Something else to note, every time it does pop, like this one, it popped and it failed, pop, fail, pop, fail. So a lot of times it pops up and comes right back down. So I'm not super crazy about it, but we'll watch it. It's got some good news and it's up pretty big on the day. So could be interesting to see. All right, so on to the next one. This is NIO. This is the one I'll be following the closest. So as you can see, yesterday, end of day, I wasn't trading, but NIO went through like a major boom. So if you look at the news down here in the news channel, it appears that a big shareholder of Tesla, major Tesla investor, Bailey Gifford, probably Bailey Gifford, holds basically a 12% stake in NIO now. So ideally, a big investor in Tesla now just became a really big investor in NIO. So now, as you can see, the stock went through a major push and everyone's starting to buy back into the stock. So yeah, right. We'll see what happens here. I'm not thinking it's just going to go super nuts, but if you see, it did pop up, right? It pulled back. So it's had a nice move. If you look at a yearly chart, it doesn't do it. Look at a 180-day chart. If you look at a 180-day chart, right, it does have a nice pullback that's starting to go green. So I'm actually pretty optimistic that NIO is going to have a green day on its hands. So what would be cool to see is we would like to see NIO do this. Would like to see it open up. If it can push up to $9 and up and through $9, it'll have a big squeeze, probably up towards $10, because this $9 area, 920s, is a previous short seller entry point where it started selling off, right? And I know it's a recent IPO, so most people don't have shares of short, so it just depends on the broker you have, if it's an advanced broker or institution. But regardless, it's had a major sell-off point from like this 920s, so I'm sure that there are some short sellers in on the stock, and I'm sure that this 920s area is a breakout level from these previous resistance points. So yeah, if in fact NIO can start pushing up like this and get through the 920, it'll probably have a nice pop through 920. Okay, so definitely gonna be watching that closely today. So for me, going in the intraday chart, I would simply just mark off the pre-market low around 760s. I'd even mark off 780s, and then I'd mark off the pre-market high, after hours high, which is 840. And then you might as well even mark off 822. That's a little bit of a resistance too. So quite a lot going on there this morning on that particular stock. But going to be watching it. As I said, it's up very big this morning, so it wouldn't be far-fetched, or I don't think, or I think there's a good chance we'll probably see somewhat of a sell-off or an attempt to go lower and then a bounce, and then we'll try and rip. If it doesn't just immediately bounce and starts going, then take it at your own risk. Trading, is never perfect, and I'm never always 100% right. Naturally, I just like to see things sell off in the morning, so I'm always a little bit biased on them selling off. But it's usually a stronger move when they sell off first and then go on a run rather than just go on a run instantly. Okay. Hold on, I'm looking through some of the comments right now. Yeah, so let's see. You're right, and let's see what happens. So, TLRY, right? So again, right? So TLRY now down to 125, right? So again, so TLRY. So again, let me clear that up for you. Yeah, there are stocks that I do believe are crap, right? Just like NIO was not good until it picked up in news yesterday. So again, I'm a trader, right? So I trade what is good and I don't trade what's not good. TLRY is not, it was good, but again, it crashed and it's going through its bubble phase. It'll probably end down 50 or 60. AMRN kept up. I think it just started breaking down. Was it yesterday? So yeah, it's starting to pull back now. IGC, when IGC was $14, we price targeted it at 5. It's now at 5. So again, you're not always going to be 100% right. You just can't be. But what you can do is trade what is good. And so for right now, NIO is good. I'm not contradicting myself. I'm just playing the simple game, right? A lot of times people get caught up in investing and trading, and they kind of mix the two. I don't do that, right? I try to stay as far away from it as I can. So when something's good, I'll trade it. If it's not, I won't. So it's pretty straightforward there. So look at NIO, goes through a big boom, right? If you look at it yesterday, before that, that's not a good stock to trade. There's nothing about this that would make me want to trade it. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. I think that is something I would like to trade, right? So anyways, yeah, it could be an interesting stock today. So I'm going to be following NIO. And then Tesla, another stock that is, to me, pretty garbage. Well, considering trading it, it's possible that this could have another push to the upside today, but it would have to get over 266, over 268. So going to be watching NIO over, not NIO, Tesla over 267.59, right around that area. But again, it needs to curl up and get to 267. If it did, then it could have a short squeeze. But if it stays kind of below this line, then it's not going to short squeeze. It needs to get up over 267.50s, and then it should have a nice pop. So I'm going to be watching Tesla long, if only we can get over 267.50. NBEV and IGC, I'm not crazy about anymore. Again, we basically sucked the juice out of them for the most part. NBEV, I could see having a squeeze today, right? If you look at it, it's had a big couple days move down. So NBEV might have some small kind of squeeze here today. So you could watch it for a long, I do believe, just because it's been selling off, right? That's really just it. If you look at it in like a 5-day chart, NBEV's been selling off. It's kind of coming down to support, so it might have a little bit of a bounce. So that's what I would watch for today on NBEV. As in regards to IGC, I'm not really going to focus on IGC. I'm going to play most of my attention towards NIO at this point and NVCN. If IGC and NBEV somehow start picking up, then yeah, I'll turn my attention towards them and start trading them. But other than that, I won't. Let's see. Jonesy, yeah, that is for our premium members. So if you want to get those cloud scans, you'd have to be a premium member to get the trade idea scan settings. Do I get a lot of wash sales? Not really, Scott. No. So yeah, those are going to be the three couple stocks that I'm watching today. Not going to go over too much more than that. I'm actually going to get back to our premium chat room. Right now, I've got some things to cover with them before we get on live for the trading day. But yeah, I mean, again, guys, no one's ever going to be perfect. So if you guys like it, you can always tune in and stay. Again, I'm sorry if at any point I downplay some of the stocks you guys might like, but it is what it is, right? I see value in what I see value in. Usually I'm pretty spot on, I would like to say. But again, not going to be perfect. But again, Tesla, possibility of a long over the 267.50 because that would lead to a short squeeze. NIO, it got really good news yesterday and now it's picking up, so it might be an active stock to trade today. And then NVCN had the FDA approval or designation of some breakthrough product, and they're starting to move, so they might have a good day as well too. So anyways, guys, I will see. No, Antonio, I do not use them. Nope. No, he should stay. No, guys, no. DePickle should stay. This is valid information that he won't be able to get anywhere else on YouTube. Not even close to. So he should stay. All right, he should stay. With that being said, everybody take care, and I will see you guys all tomorrow morning for another watch list and then a video later today on our trading. Okay, take care.